No. So wait, where did you? What side of town you stayed downtown still, right?
Yeah, it was downtown.
Okay.
Downtown.
Yeah, like southeast, right there by Little Red Barn.
Mm-hmm.
I love
Okay.
it there, dude.
Yeah.
Hear little shootings here and there, you know. By my value of my house, man. I was like, you can't beat it.
Yeah, nothing to be afraid of, right?
No, it reminds me of Mexico, like being at home.
Yeah,
All the time. It's not bad.
yeah, yeah.
Like I don't get afraid of shootings or anything like that.
It just happens.
I've been
right?
seeing it a little bit more on the
I
news.
see it
on
more
the
over
news.
here, dude.
Actually,
Yeah.
man, the other day on Gom, did you see they posted this dude that he legit had a one of those bars, the crowbar, and was trying to break in the house. Like, I mean, it's like sunny outside. He's on the Ring camera, no mask on. I don't think anything.
Oh wow, see his whole face.
Whole face, bro. And I think there was a little girl, a kid inside, or maybe the mom was inside. Right? She started screaming. Yeah.
I have a story after we're done with all that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
man.
At your house?
Yeah.
Here?
Well, he didn't have a crowbar, but he came up and he rang the doorbell, and I was like, so I look on my camera and I'm like, I don't know. He looked sketchy because he kept like looking out, like.
Were you there?
And he's like, yeah, I was in the guest room, and then he's on the phone and he's speaking Spanish. So I put the like mic on, and then he comes up and rings the door again, and I'm like, so I answered on the doorbell thing. I was like, hello. And then he like comes from around the corner and he starts talking in Spanish on the phone, and he puts the phone to the camera, and the guy wasn't saying anything on the phone, and he's like in Spanish, he's like, say it in English, and then the guy still wouldn't say anything. So then the guy, whoever, he just like grabbed the phone and he like ran off. And then my neighbor Kristen, she could see, and she said he ran like from my house around to her house and then got in a red car and they drove off. And I was like, why my house? I'm the only single person on my block.
Mhm.
And my neighbors, and like they didn't go by their house. Like
Maybe it was a contractor.
In the middle of the
I was
night?
thinking maybe the good guy said up to good.
it was like
Hey, go do electrical job in this house. And they were like,
closer to 1 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Mm.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, dude. I heard like a car was like the AR-47, what is it called?
Yeah, AK?
Well, yeah.
Or there's
At
AR and
noon
AK.
in
Yeah.
my neighborhood, like right across. Actually, no, not in my neighborhood. 3 houses down.
Yeah.
And I was driving. I was driving back, and all the roads were closed. I was like, "What the hell's going on?" And my roommate was like, "We have a guy that we rent out a room to," and he was like, "Man, I threw myself on the floor, man. I heard it like if it was outside." I was like, "What happened?" And you can see the car is all shot up. And I was like,
Oh, you were just pulling up.
"Yeah, I was coming back. I don't know where I was at. I think it was at the Pearl, and it was like Sunday at noon."
Yeah.
It was like at least they get dark, you know. Half of the people go to sleep.
No, that's crazy.
No, they just went and drove by. I was like, did it drop my value of my home down? Nope. Still up.
Is this top three
Um,
reasons to move to San Antonio right now?
Yeah. Bring it. Nah, man, it happens everywhere.
No, I know.
It's usually-
Houston, Dallas, like, bro.
that house, there's always bad stuff going in that house. So all the neighbors always knew, right?
Mhm.
That house, you know, we always knew that house, the people, the guys that work there, you can see all the traffic going in and out.
Mhm.
So I was like, yeah. So I was like, as long as it's not my house is getting shot at, I'm good.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing when I used to live in Mexico. It was like everybody would be like, well, it happens to him. No. People that get killed are the ones who are in the wrong business.
Yeah.
I was like, don't go in the wrong business knowing what the consequences.
Mhm.
And yeah, that's why I will cross over with my truck, my Jeep, but nothing happens, man.
Let's talk about that in the pod because I think that's super interesting, especially for border towns. And
I feel
I'm gonna move this just a little bit closer, just in case. Like right,
okay. I was like,
right there.
the shooting.
So yeah, I guess we can get started. We're on, right? Yeah. So have Noel here on today. Good friend, coworker. It's good to have you on. How you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good.
That's good. That's good. So we've known each other probably about I don't know 7, maybe
More
7
than that. It
years,
was like
something like
HPS
that.
3, 7.
Yeah,
Yeah,
something
7.
like that. Yeah. So both worked at Wells together,
Mhm.
and then we ended up coming on the same team like later on in our career journey, and we kind of follow each other around for a few different departments. So we both were home preservation, like helping save homes.
Yeah. The Superman of the houses.
What do you mean save homes? What do you mean by that?
So we basically, it was like it's where people were modifying their homes or their
Okay.
mortgages. So
Okay.
basically, they were in a scenario where they had a hardship.
Oh, I see. Like they did deferment or something like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So there's a few different ways that they can basically help get themselves back on track.
Mm-hmm.
But we kind of did all of it in that department. So we worked there for a couple of years together, and then we went to be loan officers together. So,
Yeah.
but how long were you at Wells though?
15 years.
15. Okay.
Yeah. Actually, this is my 15 year. Yeah.
And what department did you start in?
I started in home preservation, or NMCC, was back with Wachovia.
Okay.
And what's
So
that?
It was NMCC was home preservation.
Oh, okay.
That was before HPS started.
Okay. Okay.
So it wasn't when the it's 2009. So that's what the economic boom.
Yeah.
Everything was.
Wachovia. I was going to bring that up the last conversation because we were talking about banks and we were talking about how the banking industry was all about like sells.
Yeah.
And Wachovia, you guys absorbed Wachovia, right? Whenever,
Wells Fargo. Yeah.
yeah, because Wachovia went out in 09, 2010.
Exactly.
I remember clearly because I was like smack dab in the middle of like schools and writing reports about the banks and CEOs.
And the Big Short, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right
Yeah.
there. Wells Fargo was forced to buy Wachovia.
Yeah.
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 Interesting.
Yeah, so that I was started there. Actually, everybody who was so I actually applied for a collection. That was gonna be a collection mortgage, but we were such a small class that they transferred us to LMCC when they first started making it. Everybody who was there, that was my coworker or the trainer or the manager, were previous loan officers for Wachovia,
Yeah.
Oh,
which
okay.
were parole savings in Wachovia. So everybody was loan officers before, and they were displaced and they were brought back to do NCC.
What was your just because you brought up the collections, what was your collections pitch to get people to pay
Dude,
up?
I used to work for Chase as
Yeah.
a bill collector.
Yeah.
I was one of the top.
Yo, that's like
Dude, when I left there, I quit, and I had 15 payments for the day. I mean, that was so. Chase acquired Bank One, and when they acquired Bank One, our commissions went down. I went from making $4,000 or $5,000 to making $800. So I was like, yeah, it's not gonna cut it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like 24, 23. I was like, dude, I was making bank.
Yeah.
Chase.
Yeah.
So when I left there, I was like, "What? Is it not going to ever increase or nothing?" And I mean, it was, for me, collection was easy.
Yeah.
It was just having that conversation with the customer.
Right. No, it just seems tough, like working for like Aaron's Rent a Center or something. Like,
Yeah,
I was in collection. I started in collections too.
I loved it, dude. It gives you a good experience of how to be able to get people to pay.
Yeah.
Right. And for me, it was like, no, it's just, I'll be talking. And I remember one time my manager was like, "What are you doing?" I was having a conversation with her.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "I'm just waiting for the customer to make their payment." I was like, "You actually with a customer on the line?" "Oh, yeah, I'm in mute." I was like, I was talking to her and she was like, "What are they doing?" I was like, oh, yeah. They set up all 3 payments. Okay, we're good. And I would just get back. It was just easy for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I always like, "I'll waive one of your fees."
Yeah.
And I was like, boom, 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 boom. All these payments came in. I was like, yeah. I was like, and it was just seeing what you can do for them a little bit,
Yeah.
And at the same time, they will come and make all the payments you needed and get them out of collections and get a nice little bonus.
Yeah.
Every year,
Right.
every month actually.
We used to have to go like do like a little spiel, like disclosures or whatever. So like, and whenever you get those like robocalls and it's like boop, and then like there's a like pause and then somebody comes on. That's how I used to be. And you're like, "Hey, this is Anthony Mathis," and they're like, click. I'm like, oh gosh.
Yeah.
Now I'm trying to get it out because you can't really say anything else until you get that spiel out. You're like, "Hey, this is Anthony Mathis." Oh, all right.
So if y'all had somebody, let's just say y'all called the wrong number. Okay. And the person's like, "Yo, I just told you, like, this is the 3rd time I've already told you, like, do not call me." Would you guys like call back on purpose and like, 'cause I've heard
I
kind
would
of
run skip trace. Oh, like there was a system called Skip Trace. You put their information in there, and it will put all their numbers and contacts or any neighbors' numbers and stuff like that, dude. So I'll get all the numbers and I'll start dialing it as much as I can. If there was a big account, like a big credit card, like $10,000, if you collected those payments, man, you were gonna get a fat check.
Oh, okay.
So for me, it was like, oh, hey, oh yes, I'm gonna look for you. and I'll be like, do not call if I was just start looking, going down the list.
Yeah.
And if that number keeps on appearing, and that's the number that was in the system,
Yeah.
I was like, I know I'm calling the right person. It
Mhm.
just depends how you reached out. I was like, Jose. Yeah. Oh, hey, this is Noel from what? I was like, boom. I was like, get him right there. I was like,
Yeah.
they will say yes. I was like, I got it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
usually it just, man, I will just go, yeah, I'll give you one of these late fees, $75, man. Just make your credit card payment, man. And I was like, $75, I'm going to refund it.
Mhm.
And they were like, okay, yeah. Well, I'll do two of them. I don't really care. Because
Yeah.
I know how much limit you got.
Yeah.
And my manager will be, it was forbidden. Like some of them, like, do not waive any late fees.
Mhm.
I was like, but I'm able to get payments. Well, if you get a payment, yes. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Like this big credit cards, $75 where I can get $2,000 of payments. It's no give.
So how much y'all getting commission off of every collection?
It
you get?
depends. It was a tier system, right? So
Yeah,
it
I
will be
think
like you
so.
collected so many,
Amount of dollars,
and then it start going up and up and up.
Yeah.
I mean, I was like 24. Yeah, because 26 when I started with Wolves, and so I was 24 making 5,000 just in commissions a month.
Mhm.
And I was almost every other month I was in New York City over summer. I traveled a lot. I was like, I loved it.
Yeah.
My goal was always I need to go shopping.
Yeah.
So so going from collections to being like a loan officer,
Yeah.
like how were you kind of feeling about making like or collections, HPS, then loan officer? How you feel about like that switch originating loans?
I mean, I think the conversation is always the same, man. I was like, it depends. You have to be able to converse with the customer and try to get them to buy your product or get to what you want to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not hard for me. It was like, for me, it's very natural. Even in my business, like I'm just naturally it just comes out. And even though actually one of my customers that I just finished the job for right now, they weren't planning to do their deck till next year.
Mhm.
And I was like, well, yeah, I just did a badass landscaping for you, man. I was like, and your deck's like this. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You accept credit card payments? Yes, I do. I was like, he was like, here's my square. I was like, and let's get on it. And it's just
Communication.
knowing what the people want, right?
Mhm.
And be able to present it to them in a nice way. I was like, nothing is pressure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same thing that I did. You heard me in my conversations.
Yeah.
I mean, I would be talking like if I was talking to my relative.
Mhm.
I would literally be talking very hood. I was like, "Hey, no, sí, ¿cómo te fue? Like, how's it going, man? Hey, everything's good. Yeah. Oh man, God, I had some badass tacos. It's over here in this place."
Yeah.
And when I was in California there, and I had customers that would pick up when I was when I was a loan officer. I would have customers would pick up the phone, and the husband from the kitchen would be yelling, "Hey, Noel, how you doing, man?" Like that, dude.
Yeah.
And that's what you wanted, right? Because
Absolutely,
they would not
man.
leave your side, dude.
Yeah.
And that guy got me 3 other people,
Yeah.
right? So the whole thing is connection,
Right.
right? You win people over, you got it. I mean, my business started off, I've never networked
Mm-hmm.
for my business. I never actually promoted myself. I never put anything out. I forget to update my Instagram and my Facebook, right? With the pictures of the stuff that I have done.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's
should.
about, I should, right?
Yeah.
I should have someone to do it because I have no time.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I don't want to see what kind of videos you're going to be uploading. I was like, no, and I don't do that. And the amount of business I get, dude, is crazy.
Yeah.
Right. And it's about everybody who you know.
Word of
It's how
mouth.
you network.
Mhm.
Everything's word of mouth for me.
Yeah.
I have network. I'm not harassing people. I'm not, if I give you a quote and I'm like on your, hey, when you going to start it? When you going to start it? Because to be honest with you, sometimes I don't even have time right now to start it
Mm-hmm.
because I have other stuff that is lined up and I don't want to be all like, oh yeah, well, hey, I'm excited. I want to start this tomorrow and this and that. I'm like, oh, settle down. I was like,
Yeah.
we're going to start it off. Like, let me look at my calendar.
Are you grooming me right now?
Huh?
Are you grooming me right now?
I'm trying to prepare you. Because what you're going to get is what you're going to get. You know?
I was telling him to give me a quote earlier
Yeah.
whenever you were gone. That's
Okay.
what. Yeah.
Did you show
Yeah.
him? You show him?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
showed him the
Okay.
back.
No, but it's like that. Dude, I have, everything has been because of people who I know.
Yeah.
I have never had to make network and
Towards
it's
building
a blessing,
relationships.
dude. It's like, to be honest with you, it's the biggest blessing I have. Like, just being me.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And it worked when I was in a mortgage loan officer. It's working for my business, man. And it's It's how you connect
Yeah.
and how you get along with people. I mean, I remember when I started as a loan officer, I was doing Uber. Because, I mean, our income was cut
Yeah,
to a third.
Yeah, it was
to
low.
like half or to
What time
we were
frame is
making.
this?
What was it when we
Right before COVID.
Oh,
right
okay.
before COVID? Yeah. So I was Ubering
Mhm.
and I had my business cards. The first thing I did, I actually taught everybody how to order. Nobody had their business cards. I'm like,
I never
how are you
did
gonna get into this business
Mm-hmm.
and I have business cards?
Mhm.
The first thing I told my boss was like, hey, show me how to order my business cards. I ordered my business cards. I had them. I would be Ubering and talking to people, passing my business cards, and I got 3 deals from the Uber.
Oh, nice, man.
So it's just about just passing it along. You
Yeah.
know? If they're gonna call me or not, it's up to them. You know.
So what was the deal with the commission? Like y'all, like volume went down, or y'all's just commission got cut?
Where
No,
it,
well, no,
it-
it's just the volume.
it's-
Volume went down, and they're
Yeah.
I think they were just overstaffed
Oh, okay.
because they
it was a little bit overstaffed, but again, it was a pilot. You know, they're trying to incorporate something that a lot of people. I mean, they were so new to the game, and there was not. I think for my part, how I saw it is from a manager's perspective, there wasn't that much effort put in from the managers or the team members, right?
Yeah.
And the effort should have been placed. And I was a dick.
Yeah.
Like everybody knew me. I was like an asshole as a manager. But because hey, we're here to make money. I'm not here to chit chat.
Yeah.
If I wanted you to chit chat, let's go to Starbucks. Come on, let's go. And we're gonna have a chit chat or during your lunch break. But everybody will be playing games. They didn't take the role
that's
seriously.
how it was at
right?
first. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's the concept when you put a pilot is put all your energy, make it work. And nobody made it work. They were making bank, not doing anything. Of course, you're not gonna make it work because you don't have to work for it.
Yeah.
It should have been a different concept.
Yeah, we had a pilot program at the end, kind of there where it was service to sales. So it was like speaking with in-house customers who call customer service reasons and then try to like upsell to them.
Gotcha.
And that wasn't the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't work out at all. So, and kind of ended everything, with there. And then it was a ton of turnover at that point. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, so I think the transition from that to like loan officer to your business now, I mean, it's like you kind of learn so much along the way to kind of get you to where you're at, which is like makes you a better person to even, like just in your business and as far as like your relationship with customers or clients along the way. Also like being able to kind of, use what you've learned to, have a ton of knowledge. Like, hey, I've been there. I know this. I know like the loan process from beginning to end. I know, a lot about, just helping put things together on a house, how you're able to like, I mean, all aspects of like almost real estate, you would say, just because of like the path you've been on. But so now you think that makes you kind of like feel real comfortable with the business that you have?
Yeah, you know what? And I mean, to be honest with you, man, I've been working banks for like ever, right? Never had a concept of lifting up a tool or cutting a saw at all. I actually shot my finger at a table saw, dude. I was trying to prove a point to one of my workers, and I didn't measure it correctly, and I was doing the table saw. The wood came back down, and it like literally cut my finger, and I was like, oh shit, I have to go to the ER. I was like, dude, everybody was panicking, dude. Like, if I would have cut my arm, I would have been armless, right? Because everybody was panicking. My employees were crying. My nephew was there. He was like freaking out because they just see blood. And I was like, just give me a napkin. And I just picked it up and I was in Canyon Lake. I had to drive all the way to Valverde
to
go to the ER.
Yeah.
And I was like, I drove myself and I still stopped at the gas station, got a Coke, went to the restroom. And
So
this
you're bleeding.
finger was like, it was like blood, dude. I was like, but the adrenaline was all there. Like, I couldn't feel anything.
Yeah.
Like even when the doctor was putting the needles in my, I couldn't feel anything.
So what did they have to do? They had to
sew
it back
into my nail because there was like the skin was like, I still have no sense. Like,
that's crazy.
So that's why I was like, I'm not messing with these tools no more. I was like, I have workers for that. I was like, but to be honest with you, man, Man, well, I was an architect major when I was in college. I dropped out because I started making a lot of money. It was like, and I will talk to my architect teachers. I'm like, how much I make? About 40. I was like, 40? I was like, God damn. I was like, I make more than you? I was like, I was like, there's no way I'm going to go 5-6 years in this career
Yeah.
and then make 40. I was like, no, it has to be something better. But I was I was the regional manager for Lone Star Title Loans with Upon Your Car. So I was like, I make more money here. I was like, so I just went full time over there.
Yeah.
So, but I guess it just comes to me, man. It's crazy. Everything has a connection.
Yeah, yeah.
So you know that if you're gonna put the wood, you know, you're gonna do a house. You have framing, you have siding, you have OSB, you have insulation, you have the sheetrock that goes with tape and float. If you know how everything should go, it's very simple. Everything in life is simple.
So you could do that too?
Huh? Oh yeah, I know the concept of that. If I can get you some workers that know how to do it, I mean, I don't know how to do the work by itself, but I know the structure. I can tell you the landscaping. Like, hey, we have to level here, we have to do this, and then it comes the tarp, then it comes the netting, and then it comes we want to make sure that you have, drainage and all that stuff. I know the concept and how everything should go.
Yeah.
Either that or I just watched a lot of HGTV. And I was so addicted to that. I was like, I learned. That was my vision. But my dad used to be I have a house here in the west side, and he built it from the ground up. So my dad was an electrician, but he knew everything.
Yeah. That's how my father-in-law is.
Yeah, I will always be with him. Like when I was little, and I always knew how to. He never taught me how to actually do it, but I always observed. And it's just, for me, everything's common sense.
Yeah.
And what's the name of your business?
NG Contractor.
NG Contractor.
Yeah, my initials in contracting.
And so y'all basically do pretty much
everything.
Yeah.
Everything. If I look at it and I was like, yeah, we can do it. Yeah, we're gonna do it. If I go in there and I was like, oh, I want my patio to go into the roof, I was like, yeah, and that's structure already. I was like, I have to tap into your roof, and I need my engineer to be here. I was like, yeah, it's gonna be tough.
That's your tagline, NG Contracting. We do everything.
Really, pretty much. Pretty much. I have a welder. We do custom built gates. Metal gates. They come out real dope.
Nice.
Yeah. You think about it. I saw your face. Like, I know I'm gonna get you real good.
Well, let's save the contracting stuff for the next topic, because I do want to get into that and kind of get into some of that work, so that way you can talk about that. Yeah. You want to get into a bite? Yeah. So where did you get tacos from?
I went to Tommy's Tacos. It's one of my favorite spots, dude. That's like the tortillas there are amazing. I
love Tommy's.
And it's like, man, I get depressed because they don't open on Sundays anymore, man.
They don't?
Oh, really?
They only open Monday through Friday.
You been to Tommy's?
Saturday.
Yeah, I've been, and it's my boy Barnes. It's just like him and his family go there all the time.
Yeah, we love Tommy's. It's just unfortunate there's none. Like the one that we go to all the time, I think, is off of Wurzbach, maybe.
Oh, the one right in front of Golden Walk.
Yes.
Yeah. And there's another one around San Pedro. I know them all.
Yeah.
And there's one everywhere.
Days of Allah and 10, right?
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
No. Oh yeah, there's a Valentine. That's a new one.
Put a new one right back there.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
UTSA Boulevard.
Yep.
Hey, I didn't realize
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So they're popping up everywhere now.
Bro, they're so good.
Dude, they're freaking good.
Yeah. All right. What kind of tacos did you get, bro?
I got chorizo and egg, two chorizo and egg, 2 beef fajita, 2 potato and egg, and 2 bean and cheese. Well, you never know.
You brought tacos for the next guest too, or
dude?
I think it's quite a few in the bag. Yeah. I didn't even.
Yeah, I'm hungry. I went to the gym this morning, man. I was like,
well, this is chorizo and egg. I'm cool with this.
Yeah.
This is fajita. I'll take fajita.
But the fajita there, I think it's dope.
So, I've actually never had fajita. I've only had breakfast tacos there.
I guess y'all want to try the salsa from. Is the salsa pretty good from there?
Yeah, I like that. Okay, just chile and that's it.
So this is how we do it. It's It's taco with tacos in 3 bites. So we're basically
what?
Yeah, well, try to do it like in 3 different sessions. So just
you're trying to
take a big bite right now. Put some salsa on the end that you're gonna bite off of.
Some pretty big seeds.
Yeah, so this shouldn't be too bad.
I'll let you take the first bite, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, just take a nice sized bite. He said, "What? $3?" Nah, it's not too bad. These tacos ain't like humongous like some other ones. But
Yeah, it's
ready?
decent. Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah, not bad at all.
The beef fajita, dude.
Really good.
I've only ever had breakfast tacos from there.
Dude. I get this with a menudo. Man, in the morning when I'm hungover.
No, Tommy's gets faded all the time, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So good. My favorite is just a chorizo con papa.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes if I'm feeling a little freaky, I'll put frijoles in there.
The chorizo and bean, dude, are dope there.
So as a kid, my grandma that was the taco she raised me on was chorizo con frijoles.
Yeah.
I'd eat like
Dude, that's dope.
probably 3 of them, and she'd be like, "Do you want another?" You know, it don't stop. Like,
No.
and but yeah, chorizo and bean was
Yeah,
my
but the
favorite.
beans with that lard,
Yeah,
those larded
yeah.
beans.
hmm
Yeah. You can't beat those.
Another place that has good chorizo and bean, but they give it as an appetizer with the salsa, is Palenque Grill.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Those beans are good. You can taste the chorizo in there. Yeah.
Real good.
Yeah. I like Palenque Grill. I mean, I used to go to it a lot when it first opened. Actually, one of my friends' husband is the son of the owner or the daughter of the owner, Laredo or something like that.
Oh, it's from Laredo too.
Laredo or
Yeah.
the Valley, one of those.
Okay.
Is that-
everything's the Valley for me. I was like, after you go south 35 is Valley. You know what I'm saying?
Is that what you used to get VIP seating there? Hey, one of my friends, brothers.
Yeah, like
No,
I
he's got-
know someone that knows someone. I was like, trying to work myself in there. Right? I was like, I heard that the owner does this. I was like, no. I mean, it's so far, man. I live downtown, and to come to Parking Grill all the way to the, I hardly ever
not
leave
far.
410.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Only when these people are having parties over here in this side of town. I was
Yeah.
like, I had to pack a lunch to come to Alamo Ranch, dude. I was like, this shit, and then driving far, man. I was like,
Yeah.
I had to Uber back. I was like, who does that? I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, we have 2 cars. So I was like, I have to drive.
So
Yeah.
with your business, man, when did you start your NG? Was it NG Construction or NG? What
Actually,
is that?
been a year.
Okay.
It's actually been a year. It started, I registered the business February 27th of last year,
Okay.
2023. And dude, it all started, it started off my place in my backyard. Like I showed you, you the backyard, how it came out. I took a video and I put it on Facebook, and I was like, oh, I'm getting my fence done. And this guy was like, one friend of mine, and I was like, hey, who's doing your fence? I need my fence to be done. And I went, and I knew the workers because I had just remodeled my house. I did a gut. Like they gutted my house and they redid the whole house. And, so I was working from home, and I would go there to the job site because I wanted to make sure I was ordering all this stuff from West Elm and like really expensive, like fixtures and stuff like that. I didn't want, just disappear.
Yeah.
So I will go there and just be there chatting, and we got along. And they messaged me that we're not working, and I was like, you know what? I just bought a truck. Yeah, I can carry the wood now. And I was like, hey, I need my fence to be done. And so I went and I bought all the cedar, and I bought the metal poles and everything. So they were working on my fence, and I recorded it and I put it on Facebook, and someone reached out, and I went out and I told them, hey, y'all want to go do a fence? And I was like, and they were like, yeah, dude, they weren't even done with mine. I was like, finish my damn fence first. I was like, hey, what do you think about it? And because I was getting custom built gates. I have a welder, and he was building the gates for me and everything. And they were like, yeah, let's do it. I didn't even know how to charge. Like, to be honest, I Googled it.
Yeah.
There's an app. Actually, there's an app where you can put the linear feet and it'll tell you what the average is.
Yeah.
The average cost. And I was like, I was just going off of that. It's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
So I went and got one fence. Then I got Kylie recommending her aunt. Dude, I forgot to charge her for 100 square feet. for 100 linear feet with a fence.
Yeah.
But I quoted her and I was like, I had to eat it up, right? But I was able to cut in other areas. She wanted this this thing for a gate that was going to cost me about $600. I had my brother do it, so it didn't cost me that much,
Oh,
and
okay.
that supplemented what I lost.
Yeah.
So I broke even. I was like, hell yeah! So like literally, like in March, the whole backyard was supposed to be done for my party that was having for my birthday. Dude, on the day of the party, I was putting on rocks because I got so busy, dude. I started doing apartment complex fences. I started ordering fences, metal fences from Mexico to install in an apartment complex. And I did a 350 feet in an apartment complex. And I just started like, dude, we got real busy.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere, dude. This shit was supposed to be like a hobby. I was like, it's something fun. I've never done this shit. Let's try it. It got serious, like real quick. I was like, holy shit. I was like, I need to learn I didn't know how to charge for a lot of shit. Right?
Yeah.
So yeah, this last year, I mean, I did a lot of sales, a lot. I was busy and I lost a lot of money because I didn't know, how time frames and stuff like that. So now I'm getting better. Now I have a better system and better, I was up all night, trying to figure out shit. I was like, oh shit, I know I have a sheetrock guy. He knows how to do sheetrock, but how much can I charge? And how much sheetrock do I need? And how much this and how much that? And I was like stressing out the whole time. Right. But dude, I called one of my friends, right? Because I wanted to consolidate. I was taking the business a little bit more serious. So I wanted to consolidate on my dad. So I called her for a hard money loan. I was like, yeah, I know your husband does hard money loans. So I was like, yeah, he does. Well, I'm opening a business, a contracting business. I just registered and this and that. And I just wanted to consolidate, so I can start afresh, pay off all my credit cards and just have one payment. He was like, we flip houses, right? I was like, oh, I didn't know that. And we started catching up at what we were doing. We had a Walls. She works at Wells Fargo too. We had a Walls and we hadn't talked. And I was like, yeah, come and look at our house. Well, I started remodeling our house. Like, she gave me one of the first houses. I did an Airbnb one. I did an Airbnb. It was just simple stuff, right? Painting the house, and that's easy.
Yeah.
But remodeling, structure, adding walls, framing, and stuff like that, I didn't touch that. And we talked, and yeah, they gave me the first house, and now I'm working on their second house, and then I got another house. Last year was super busy.
Hey, so check this out. Whenever, I didn't mean to cut you off, but whenever he first opened his business, and it was popping up all over my Facebook.
Yeah.
I'm like, who is this? Like, it just keeps popping up. So I asked Kylie, I'm like, there's Noel like involved in something? She was like, that's his company. I'm like, there's no way. Like, I couldn't picture him like doing. I was like, is he out there physically like putting up a fence? And she was like, no, I think he has people working for him. I'm like, there is no way. I couldn't even picture it. And then it just more and more like our like kind of mutual friends popping up like, thank you, Noel, for
It's like his closing day pictures, but it's like a brand new.
It was like before and after, and I'm like, dang, it actually looks really good.
Yeah.
And then it's like more and more like complex things, and I'm like, that looks real good. I'm like, and she's like, he has an apartment complex. I'm like, he's killing like that. So I'm like, I take my hat out to you. Like I don't know if I could jump into something like that as fast as you did and get his like.
Dude, how fucking fast it grew, dude.
Yeah.
It was like started with 2 people and then all of a sudden I had 8 people and dude, I was in the worst time to start a renovation, 2 houses to renovate. I was in freaking Tomorrowland in Europe. And like I literally said the guy that workers, hey, we're gonna start this house this day. Y'all gonna go drive here. Then the next week you're gonna go to the other house in Canyon Lake that we need to start over there.
Yeah.
And I was over there, I was like, I was supposed to be in Europe for like 10 days. I was like, holy shit. I was in Tomorrowland, I was texting. And I was like, I don't even know what I was texting anymore. I was like so drunk and I was gone. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, this shit in the middle of like Tomorrowland, man. It's like 3-day, raver. And I was like, holy shit, dude. I don't know how in the hell I'm doing this shit. But it was getting done. It was a mess, dude. But I mean, it started off rocky, man, but it's getting better, dude. Now I'm trying to get a little bit more picking out my workers and that, before I used to show up to job sites and I'll be like sitting there like a half a block away and I'll be like, who's not working? Oh, someone's getting fired today.
Yeah.
Like, now I'm like trying to weed out the people.
So where are you finding, because you're from Piedras Negras.
Yes.
And you mentioned Mexico earlier, getting some equipment for, I think, one of the fences, right? So do you procure a lot of your stuff from there? Like you have connections back home still, or like how
I actually found them on Facebook, dude.
Oh, okay.
So metal panels. So if you go to the apartment complex, those big metal fences that they have, those are metal panels. Here they're like $250 each. I can get them for 110.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Stuff like that in Mexico.
Yeah.
And they come painted and stuff like that. So I bring them from over there and do not let anybody know. Well, no, but yeah. So I had a supplier. They come and deliver, dude. So it depends on how many I order. I can order 20, 30 of them. But sometimes it's better worth for me to get them here. Sometimes, or either that, or I have a welder that can build them from the ground up. So he builds the panels and we install them, and it's a good deal. Like every single metal panel that you see in an apartment complex comes from Mexico.
Yeah. So aside from like running a business and like, you obviously shared like having to figure out what to charge people, you're learning things as you go along. I mean, that's great because you have to be quick on your feet. Like, what would you say are the biggest like pressures or stresses that you have going from being an employee to being like an actual owner and running a business?
Yeah. I think it's just the biggest pressure is just learning how to run it, right? Learning the ins and outs of everything, the insurances. Like now it's like, I have my insurance policy. I'm a contractor now, licensed contractor, but there's certain things that a licensed contractor still can't do as they pass a test. It's just getting everything the legal purposes, right? Because you want to make sure you're protected and make sure that the house is being protected.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest thing, and just being able to, just figure out how to charge, man. That's the hardest part, dude, to be honest with you, in the business, because you have, you're paying your employees, you're paying yourself out of the business, because you also put in the time, you're putting your energy, your mind, your ideas, right? Because for me, if I go to a house and I tell you I'll design something, I should be charging for designing, for giving ideas out, right? And I don't in some areas. And actually, one of the investors told me, she was like, every time you go to a house, you get to learn what they want, and then you put your ideas out and you charge them for your ideas, because you're designing a whole thing.
Yeah.
Facts. Yeah.
And that takes time. And that takes mine, and that takes, from it. And I never did. I would go up to your house and, oh man, we could do this. And I start spitting out like, the diarrhea from the mouth, just ideas just start coming out. And that's when you have to cut back and then say, okay, well, I'm going to redesign this shit for you, and I'm going to get it designed, and I'm going to show it to you, and this is going to cost you, right? Yeah. Because it's a design that, because or else everybody will be able to do it.
Right. No, right? There's since I've been like, when we put the pool in, I've been crazy just Googling landscaping this, landscaping that, YouTube. My whole algorithm, like if I go on Facebook, there's this company that they do like these digital graphics, and you take a picture of your yard, you send it to them, and then they'll put together like a whole digital 3D thing of how.
Yeah.
And then you take that to a contractor, and
you pay that company.
You pay that. Yeah, they're like a consulting company. Then you send that. That's like your blueprint that you can take to a contractor to then do the work that they provided. Like,
that makes sense.
But the bad thing is on that, right? So you can do that all day long, right? But if you have a house, like say outside of Valverde, what's it called? Like going towards Canyon Lake, if you have an idea, right?
All rock out there.
Yeah. Yeah, I can take a picture of it, but they don't actually know how the ground is.
The ground,
right?
Yeah.
So the leveling is going to be very different. Like I went to a lady over there. I was like, hey, so you want a fence? Okay, I can build you the fence. I was like, it's going to cost you. It's just rock. You have a foot of dirt. I was like, I'm going to have to anchor it. I'm going to have to do this. And I don't even know how I knew half of the shit I needed to do, right? But I was like winging it. Let's go. Now,
she was like,
for me,
like you know what he's talking about.
No, for me, it's just basic, right? For me, it's simple. right? I can look at the ground and I can tell you, I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to need anchor. I'm going to have to anchor this to the ground. We have to do this. We're going to have to do that. I don't want to break too much into the rock because it's going to cost a lot of time. So I know what I need to do, and I get the grasp of it. And even, I have workers that do this for a living, and they were looking at me, how do you know this? I was like, I know it. Don't worry about it. I was like, and I was like, well, I know what the hell I'm doing. I don't know how to do it. I was like, that's the thing.
No, I can feel that, bro.
I have the knowledge, dude. It's crazy. Like even for drainage, I did like a flower bed thing. Like I had hammocks.
Mm-hmm.
So there's like this area for the Airbnb next to the pool. It has hammocks, and I did the retaining wall around it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was explaining to them, hey, I'm gonna have to do drainage, got the PVC pipe, rock, mesh and everything. And my workers were like, oh, how do you know how to do this? I was like, it's simple things, man. I was like, I know that if I put a retaining wall, this motherfucker better drain, or it's gonna break my retaining wall in a couple of months, in a couple of years, it's gonna go to shit.
So is that trial and error because you found out firsthand?
No,
or that's
it's
just you.
HGTV, man. I was like, there's this free channel on Samsung TV. It's called Build Your Own. This old house.
So what's the worst experience that you had? I mean, you've been doing it for about a year now.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Hopefully, the person is not watching or anything. But what's the kind of the?
We'll have 27 people watching.
It is so. My worst experience is it's just time management, dude. I was like, so when you work with investors, dude, they have a time. Everything's in time.
Mm-hmm.
Everything. So from sheetrock to framing to everything's a time slot. Because the next person, you need to keep this shit moving.
Yeah.
And it needs to be done in a month and a half.
Yeah.
And so it's my worst experience is just going. I went to a house that was, I mean, it got leveled, but it was leveled. The foundation was leveled, but the house itself, it was an old house. It wasn't framed, like the framing was old. It was out of shape. There was, in a regular brand new house, I should be able to come in with a whole sheet of sheetrock and just boom, zoom,
Yeah.
and you don't have to be cutting.
Yeah.
There it was like cuts after cuts. I gave him a week. It was 2 weeks later, dude. My sheetrock guy was like, dude, come on, man. I was like, I have had to add wood here, cut here. Because the house was not even. There was no 90-degree angles anywhere.
Yeah.
Right. And that's the worst experience, man. Because you give them a time lapse of, 5 days.
Yeah.
And here you are calling them, hey, it's taking longer, man. It's framing and the house is not even, dude. The walls are not even. It's out of shape.
Yeah.
Dude. I was like, we can't. It can be like a normal house where you just put a whole sheet of sheetrock and you just
keep it moving.
Yeah, because every single beam should be 16 inches, and the sheetrocks, they're made 4x8 for a reason.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right?
Oh
Because
yeah.
it should go to the next beam. You screw it and you put the other one on, and it's designed that way.
Oh yeah. Gotcha.
To make it fast.
Yeah.
But if you're doing a remodel on a house that's old, it's a lot. I walked in there, I was like, it looked like a fucking puzzle. I was like, holy shit. I was like, cuts everywhere, like different sizes. You can see the tape and float. Like, it was a lot of tape and float. I was like, yeah, it was a bitch, dude.
So you could do a pool house, you think?
Yeah. I could just, yes. I can. I designed it for you. I'll have people that come and do it for you. Yeah. So everything is, man, everything's just, you learn one thing and everything connects, dude. It has to connect somehow.
Yeah.
If there's no connect, there's nothing.
Yeah. I got you.
And so everything, you have to look at, I always say you have to stand back.
Mm-hmm.
And how do I, like the same thing when I used to do with loans, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would stand back and I would like, it would take me 2 minutes to restructure a loan.
Yeah.
Where I would have an employee do it for 30 minutes to an hour. They couldn't figure shit out.
Mm-hmm.
And I go in there and just sit back and look at the numbers and make it work. It has to connect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Yeah, there's a lot of good things about you and your business, and man, proud of you.
Thank you, man.
You came a long way already, so wish you good luck on the future as you build and grow. And learn more on HGTV.
Yeah, that's my goal, man. I'm gonna have that little show. I was like, construction with a little flavor. A little zazz in your
I think let's go ahead and get to this next bite real quick.
Yeah.
All right, we doing some new salsa, or what are we doing here?
Yeah, we can try this other. This is kind of like more like hot sauce. So
You got something spicy here?
let's try. You want to try this one? It's like
What
some
is
kind of. What is it?
Chipotle habanero pepper sauce. Let's try this.
Yeah, let's try that one.
Yeah, you want to? Yeah, we can all try the
Yeah,
same thing.
that way
yeah.
we don't reopen.
What's your when like in the 2 o'clock in the morning after being out all night or all day or whatever? What's your go-to taco? Like if you were to stop at a.
Oh man. Whew. So shoot. I'm back too bad. So there was a tacos right there by the gay bars.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Tacos Güero.
Mm-hmm.
Man, they had this badass chicken. It's kind of like a burrito, I guess, like a quesadilla, but with a chicken. Man, that was dope, dude. Dope. And I always thought it was like just because I was drunk, it tasted really good. But I went when I was sober too. And
I was like,
I had to double check.
Yeah, I had to double check.
yeah, you want to go and knock out your bite?
Yeah.
See how that. This is recommended. It said it's hot, so hopefully.
Spicy.
Yeah, he probably like I eat anything hot. Let's go. Yeah.
Dude, that shit is good. It is good.
That's pretty good.
Mm.
It almost tastes like a barbecue sauce.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like a strong taste to it.
That is good. Like it was burnt peppers. They're crispy.
Mm-hmm.
Burn a little bit of the burn of it.
Yeah, that's good.
That shit. You should try that one.
So for some reason, whenever I do go out, I always like to stop at Taco P.
Taco Palenque. Is it 24/7?
Mm-hmm. The one over here is. And
Where
so-
should all be then?
Oh well, I don't know. Some of them got like weird hours for some reason, but I would always go get the like panchitos, just the nachos. But they have some. What's that taco they have that has like the rice and
Pirata.
yeah, pirata taco.
Oh, yeah, like the burrito kind of type of thing.
It's almost like a whole meal in a taco. And I'm like, one of those is
It's like double tortilla. They put two tortillas on it.
Yep.
I usually take one off, trying to
Yeah, be healthy. Yeah, it's 2 a.m, dude. I'm like, there's nothing healthy about what you did that day, dude. That is gonna make it even better, dude. It's like me when I used to go. So you remember Lulu's back down?
yeah.
The chicken fried steak. I used to go after a day of drinking. Last year I was like, "Can I have a Caesar salad?" Like at 2 a.m, dude. All depressed, dude. Because I was trying to lose weight, right? Just eating that shit, and then my friend was like, "Dude, you just had like 20 margaritas, dude." I was like, I need to balance this out. And then, man, I'm like, you're right. Just give me the ACPD, man. Come on. I was like, I'll just drop the salad. Yeah, 2 a.m, man. There's nothing good you can do.
Yeah.
It's gonna sit there. You're gonna come home, and then you gonna have acid reflux.
So I got a story about Noel. So we all went to Mexico like a couple years ago, and so it was it 6 of us? Yeah, 6 of us. And so me and Kylie got there later than everybody else, and Noel was already there. Another friend of ours was there with his wife as well. So Trevor and Paige and Noel and Fabian, and then us two. So they already been there a while. They're texting like I said, "Oh man, I know he's probably drinking already." So we get there, we land, get to our resort, and they, you know how they kind of take you in to like when you check you in to try to like upsell you on different things. So I'm like, man, I don't know. I'm already spending a lot of money, so I don't have any extra money to be spending on no timeshare, none of that stuff. So we're in this lobby area, and it's quiet. like real quiet. So the lady's like, okay, so we have these packages that you can sign up for, and we're gonna have a class later. And I'm like, if it's something free out of it, maybe. And then out of nowhere, what are y'all doing? Like, bro, so loud. I'm like, oh my God, I know that's Noel. So the dude comes from the pool. He's wet, wasted, and loud. She's like, oh my God. She's like, do you know him? I'm like, unfortunately, yes.
They're behind.
He's like, come on, where y'all at? Let's go drink. And I'm like, oh my goodness. It's so, I'm like, chill. Like, we just got there. You can tell he's been at the pool. He's all red, sunburned. And so I was just getting to that because he likes to travel. So I know that's one of the only trips I think I've been on with him.
Where'd y'all go? What part of Mexico?
Was it Isla Mujer? No. Playa
Playa-
Carmen.
yeah. But you travel everywhere.
You been to Puerto Vallarta?
Yes.
Man, love
A lot.
PV, bro.
Yeah.
Where all have you been? Like just in like big major cities, I guess you would say, just in the world.
Well, pretty much although I think all over Europe, Morocco, I've been to Central America, some areas in South America, all over Mexico.
Damn.
I've been to Bali, Thailand, Cambodia, but beautiful Cambodia. Yeah, I've been to, I went to Japan for like a day or two. Because it was like a flight that was
Layover? Big layover. Okay.
But yeah, I like to travel.
Man, nice, man. See,
a lot.
yeah, my traveling is more like United States.
Yeah.
If you're gonna go over to Asia, like to Thailand, it better be 3 weeks.
Okay.
Because your ass is gonna hurt when you get there. Because dude, 29 hours, dude. It took us
Yeah.
on flight.
Yeah.
So it was like a 9-hour layover in China, and then we flew right there to Bangkok. Dude, that was.
So we were supposed to, for my honeymoon, we went to Rome and then Greece.
Mm-hmm.
But before that, we wanted to do Thailand.
Yeah.
This is I'm looking at the sign again, 2014.
Oh, you don't remember? Oh shit! I hope you listen to the podcast. Oh shit!
She's not one of the 27 people. Actually, this year's our 10-year anniversary, so we've been trying to figure out where we're going. We finally landed on a place. Thank you. We wanted to go to Spain, but then we ended up not going to Spain, and I think that was Amazon. And my wife, she sends people from Amazon here every other day.
Check out delivery.
We ended up doing Belize.
Okay.
But anyway, the honeymoon, we ended up going to Rome and Greece, but we wanted to do Thailand. But around that time was like right before that was like Malaysian Air. They couldn't keep a flight in the air. Like I think 2 or 3 had. One of them was that flight that went lost. Yeah, that went missing.
Yeah.
The other one was like literally just straight up. I think there was like somebody hit it. I think they might have said.
Oh, the missile, right? It went
missile.
through like an Asia, like some area that there was like war going on or whatever.
Yep, and shot it down. And she was like, "Nope, we're not going to Thailand." So we haven't.
You're not gonna fly it. You weren't gonna fly that airline. You were gonna be probably.
Yeah, I know, but we're just ignorant and don't know. We're just seeing what's on.
Like I don't care. I'm going.
It's like everybody tells me, I was like, I don't go to Mexico but to kill everybody. I was like, yeah, they're not gonna kill you. It's always the worst person, right? Like they can kidnap me. Like you're broke, dude. You're not gonna get shit from you. I was like, believe me, you ain't gonna get kidnapped. Believe me, they don't want your ass. It's gonna take more energy to carry your ass. It's like no, dude.
That's crazy. But
no, and it's true. I mean, a lot of people are afraid because of what you see in the news, right?
Yep.
But I mean, man, it's everywhere, man.
One time we went to Cancun. We didn't go to because I'm big into like my whole nerdy thing.
The pyramids and
pyramids.
All that shit,
Like Egypt is like a all time. Have you ever been to Egypt? Oh gosh, dude.
You've been everywhere.
My travel partner. What's going on, dog?
Before you know it, you already got the whole trip booked.
Like Egypt, all time, like on my bucket list. And when we went to Cancun, the girls, we went with a group of friends, couples. They didn't really want to go outside. We did like maybe 1 or 2 restaurants, but around that time too, there was like all these different shootings at resorts. Like that year was kind of crazy when it came to resort shootings where.
Yeah, they were getting shot at and they were dragged to the resort. The shooting wasn't happening in the resort.
Okay.
I was like,
Thank you. That's why I need to
clarify. I was like, you get the American news, you have to get the Mexican news.
Yeah,
The Mexican,
Mexico, bro. Like Mexico is just like I'm not afraid. Like we've been to Cabo plenty of times. I've been Cabo, Cancun only once.
Yeah.
And then I've been to Puerto Vallarta once. Man, beautiful because it's like you get like kind of like that beach life. It has like some mountainous areas, and then we did the who is the famous? Did you do the famous house where it's like a restaurant but a house and it's like
Elizabeth Taylor.
Elizabeth Taylor house. Did you eat
that
there?
restaurant's good, dude.
Beautiful,
right?
yeah, beautiful too. Like the whole it's like a mansion that they've turned into a restaurant.
So it was Elizabeth Taylor's house and. The husband or the boyfriend or whatever,
he was also an actor.
He was a director.
Oh, director.
He was a director, and they had a little bridge that connects the house to them. So he had his house and she had her house.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they had two houses right by each other.
Oh yeah, my boyfriend was like, we went before the restaurant was open. And we went and he was all tearing up and crying. Like, why the fuck are you crying? I was like, it's just so romantic. I was like, dude, come on, get the fuck over it. I was like they're dead already. I was like, but he's one of those romantics. I was like, okay, yeah. No, it's real nice.
Yeah,
that house is real nice.
Yeah.
And what I like about Puerto Vallarta is you get what Mexico is. Actually, it's not like Cancun. You get very inexpensive. You can go eat for very cheap, and if you want to go eat at a badass restaurant, you can. Yeah, you'll splurge, but it's not ridiculous.
Dude. Right, that's what I like about it too.
You know, there's a restaurant.
Not there, but I've been there several places in Mexico.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like. Man, and again, you didn't get scared. It was like they had a whole war. El Chapo's son was being kidnapped, and they were about to kill half of the people in Puerto Vallarta. Like, you didn't get scared about that?
No. I wasn't worried. It was the girls.
In the news, huh?
No, I didn't see that one. Yeah.
It's very safe, man. And I was like, to be honest with you, like, you get on the public bus, you go from the hotel resorts to the downtown. Very gay friendly city. It's I mean half of it is gay. You saw that, right? There's real good restaurants, man. We go to a restaurant called Le Cliff. It's right on the cliff. You go at night and you see the sunset, and it's all open air,
romantic.
But you get those kind of like chef meals, right? Like kind of like the soup with all this foam on top of it. I was like, what the fuck is this foam? But it's something with the foam, you know. And it's real nice experience, man. We love it there. The condos there are nice. It's getting really expensive to buy there.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
But the food area, man, you can go eat. Me and Fabian will eat for like $7 breakfast, both of us.
Yeah.
Fruit, coffee, meal, and everything. You know.
So, what's the craziest place you've ever been to? Like, wildest place, I guess. I know you get wild.
Like wow, like drunk wild, or is it like that
just the overall experience? Crazy. Like, man, we did so much, got drunk, like got everything.
Ah, man, that happens everywhere. So actually, man, so one of my best experiences, I actually met one of my very good friends. Her name is Donna Christian. She has a CD. She's a musician in London. I met her in Madrid at a hostel. And we met her. I met her, and we started hanging out. And she lives in London, man. She knows everything. Like, if we go to bars, we probably be drinking with the owners, or we go to this place. She doesn't get embarrassed of anything. You know, the kind of people that will get us into like real nice restaurants. Like we were eating I think it's like the 90th floor. It's called a Duck and Waffle in London. It's like we had no reservation. I had to do like a 2-week reservation. And she just walked in. Oh, no, my friends are here. And they said, no, we can probably fit you in. Like literally, every single wall was glass. You could see the whole city.
Oh, wow. That's nice.
Like you see it at the 80th or 90th floor of the building.
Yeah.
And she's a member of the Shortage House, which is kind of like a private club. Yeah. Victoria's Secret models. We went to a tequila festival in London for free. And we were drinking all the tequila we could.
Yeah.
We have everywhere we go, man. We have a great time.
Sounds like it, man.
Yeah,
it's tough. It's tough traveling with. I mean, it's not tough. Like I a lot of parents will say don't travel, or it's hard to travel with kids. We like to travel with our kids, but we also like to travel without them. But it's just hard to like go out the country for 10 days.
It's a big difference now. Right? You travel for your kids.
Yeah,
Something that
yeah,
to be safe. But anywhere you can make it, right? Like,
yeah. Have you ever been to Belize?
No. I
Oh,
haven't
okay,
been
because
to
I will be there this year. But
I never had. Because everybody tells me it's just the resorts.
can you go and then just tell us where to go? That way,
Yeah.
can you book that in
It
2
hasn't
months?
been. It's like it's not in my books, you know.
Okay.
It's like, I mean, I like to travel, man. Like the best experience I ever had in my life was when I traveled to Bali. So
Okay.
I didn't know when we booked our trip to Bali, it was going to be the Balinesian New Year.
Bali's an island or no?
Bali's the island,
Island, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So we went to Bali, and our resort, our hotel. Actually, we were staying at a courtyard. You know,
Yeah,
your
yeah.
courtyard where
Marriott.
it's like a lower scale Marriott, right?
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude! They had a 3-level like pool.
Yeah.
Like this hotel looked like a resort,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Full
yeah.
service restaurant and everything, and it was just we got an email like a couple of days before our trip, and I was like, hey, so it's the Balinesian New Year. It's called Nayepi. The whole island shuts down.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's no ATMs, there's no hotel.
Oh,
You
wow.
can't leave the hotel. There's no lights. Nobody in the island can turn on their lights. You can't have fire. You can't cook. You can't do nothing. Like it's a day to cleanse the islands of the bad spirits.
Mm.
And we didn't know that. So for a whole day, we were going to be stuck in the resort.
Oh, dang.
I mean, at the hotel, right? But the hotel prepares, right? But the night before, they invite you to celebrate with them.
Mhm.
So you go to like this, the main strip. They have like big, kind of like parade, right? But they make this big giant monsters of paper mache, and they're singing and they're carrying them around because
Oh, yeah.
there's the king is gonna come and slay all the bad spirits and clean the island. So they're cleansing the island of all these bad spirits, dude.
Mm.
Fucking amazing experience that I have ever. I mean, and this is a tradition,
Right.
and that's what I like. I like to go to countries that still have those traditions, right?
Yeah.
Like we have no fucking traditions. I was like, St. Patty's Day, it's not
Day.
even ours, dude. I was like,
Fiesta?
Fair enough.
yeah, I was like, no, fiesta for our tradition is fiesta, right?
Right, yeah,
So
yeah, fiesta,
everything
that's
is,
true.
it's a tradition for the city, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's good because everything we do is donate. But them, it's a tradition that's been going on for centuries, dude.
Yeah.
It's not
No,
just
exactly. It's like
legit.
back. They've kept it from.
They're cleaning the spirits. I mean, you go and they're giving all this like they're giving this offerings to the gods and all this stuff. They have areas where you can go and cleanse with water that is coming out that is blessed and all this stuff. I will, if you want to have a trip of your lifetime, book a trip to Bali during that time.
Okay.
Bali is beautiful. The traffic sucks.
Yeah. Okay.
Like it's horrible. Like you go 3 miles, it's like an hour, right? And car.
Yeah.
If you have a moped, you fucking get anywhere, right?
Yeah.
You see like a shitload of mopeds just going around everywhere. Beautiful sceneries, beautiful beaches, beautiful people, dude. The
Was it
people are very
expensive to
humble.
go?
No,
Okay.
at all.
So yeah,
I didn't think it was expensive.
gotcha.
And
So what did y'all do the day that there was nothing?
we were at the hotel, but the hotel had like this fire. They had people. I mean, we were at the pool party.
Okay.
Right? But there's
we don't need no power.
there's like 10,000. There's like 10,000 Nayepi officers that walk the island, and they'll kick you out
to
of
make
the
sure
island.
you're not doing.
Like if you're making too much noise and you're not following the rules or the traditions, like keeping it down, like literally every single window of the hotel through the outside had newspaper on it. There's no light can leave the island, their hotel.
Yeah.
And the hallway, I mean, I was fucked up. I was a little drunk. I was tripping everywhere because the lights were dimmed. No light can leave the resort. The hotel, you go in there and it was open air. There was no walls or no doors.
Yeah.
It had a whole tarp all the way to the top. No light could leave. And there was some Aussie guys that were like getting like real drunk and they were making all this noise. They came in and it was like, you bring it down or you're out.
Yeah.
Not of the hotel. You're out of the island, dude.
wow.
They had a plane ready for people that were going to get kicked out.
That's
Oh,
crazy.
dang.
And they'll kick you out because it's their tradition. I mean, there's no TV, there's no ATM, there's nothing, dude.
Yeah.
Like for a whole day. You go, the hotel open their rooftop, you lay down, you could see the galaxy.
Yeah. because
There was no light.
no light pollution.
Oh,
That's
I
a
didn't
big
think
thing.
about
No,
that.
like that shit was like holy. I was just like,
So
damn. I was like,
in Hawaii, there's this. I don't know if it's a volcano or if it's like a mountain, but
Yeah.
you're so high up that there's no like light pollution is a real thing. Like
yeah,
Yeah.
the light pollutes the heavens, and
Yeah.
you can't like that. Basically, stops us from seeing
the stars.
stars.
Yeah.
And they say that whenever it's like pitch black, it looks like the stars are just right
Yeah.
there.
It looked, dude. You could see the Milky Way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You could see every single like planet. Like you could see everything.
See, I can have a whole podcast about that because that's the stuff that I love. That's why I love like the pyramids because
Yeah.
they literally like that's why they knew so much about the stars was that they had
Everything was about
it was
Ryan's
it was
Bear.
right there. That was their TV. That was their LCD,
Yeah.
you know, or whatever HD 4K TV was just boom right there. The map.
And it's beautiful,
crazy.
dude. That shit. It was off the hook. I mean, for the people to invite you to celebrate with them and still like show you their tradition. They're singing, dude. They're praying.
Oh, okay.
And you
A
can
big
see them cheering
celebration.
on when they were when the prince will come and kill the dragon or whatever it was. They will celebrate and yell with excitement, dude.
Mhm.
That shit, it was something out of this world, dude.
I'm
Yeah.
sold.
I will never
sold.
like
I wanna go.
We're to a point that we wanted to go back just to celebrate that, just to be able to experience that again. It was
What time
a
frame is that?
life-changing experience. It was around March.
Oh, okay.
It was so it's called Nayepi, the Polynesian New Year.
Okay.
Beautiful, man, beautiful. And you can see them. You're standing there and they're parading and they're carrying these big ass statues, dude. And everything's like with like those fire torches, and it was an experience. And it's just not one. They have them all over the island because they're cleansing the whole island of
Yeah.
these bad spirits.
Yeah.
Shit like that, like stuff like that, is the countries that I can go to that I can experience stuff like that is crazy.
Yeah.
That's what I like. Like also Cambodia, dude. I never thought Cambodia was gonna be so amazing.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It is super cheap.
Yeah. Good food.
Oh yeah, and they have this street. So we went to where the pyramids are at. I forgot what it's called, but they have a whole city, like whole street. It's called Pub Street.
Mhm.
It's just a bunch of bars, dude, and it's all lit up, and you can eat spiders and whatever.
Oh,
Street
yeah.
is a very good experience. The people are humble.
Oh, okay.
I like
Like
that.
they're super humble. I'm over here like trying to rip them off, and like trying to. I love to haggle, dude. Like the haggle was my shit, right?
He was like,
And
I
I'm
only
over
got
here, I was
$2
like,
for my family.
and so I was like, who painted this painting? My brother painted the painting. I was like, yeah, whatever. You know, I know you probably bought it from a factory. I like, you want $50? I'll give you $20 for it, right? And I'm walking out, right? And we were going to a tour. We were going to, it's called the River City, or it's a city in the river, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And we're going, and I was looking at the houses, dude. You can see the people outside painting this painting. I was like, holy shit, it's real. They really do paint. They painted it themselves by hand, dude.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, I'm over here like haggling them. And shit. I was like, oh, damn it. I
Blood,
was
sweat, and
like,
tears into the paint.
dude, I was like, blood and sweat went into that painting. I'm over here like, I'll give you $10 for it. You know, I was like,
We gotta take this next bite.
Okay, let's do it. What kind of sauce are we doing?
oh man, yeah, change it up. I love this. Pinche taco todo frío.
You want to try this habanero pepper sauce or
Oh,
something?
yeah.
Yeah.
They ain't the same one.
No, I
That's a
think
different
this was the
Different? Okay.
other one right here. Okay. Jalapeno
I'm all
pepper
about
sauce?
spicy, dude.
Or no, I think there's one.
Next time I'll make my own. Oh, next time I'll do. You're gonna get a lot of hits. I was like, see, so which is that one? The
This
habanero
is
pepper?
habanero pepper. Yeah. You ready?
Good.
Oh, you ate it?
No,
Oh.
I tasted the sauce.
Oh.
Oh,
Hot?
uh-huh.
Oh, dang.
We ain't had
Not
we
that
ain't
bad.
had no real crazy.
okay.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Right.
It's good though. This is where we finish the taco? Because
Mhm.
I was like,
Not too bad.
it's not bad at all.
That was good. Yeah.
Dude, actually pretty good. My fucking phone is going off the hook.
So so at this point, you you have your business going, and you have something coming in the future, right?
Yeah.
What's your next move?
Well, I'm actually opening 2 other businesses, but it's the same thing, right? I'm gonna have a foundation business where I can only do all foundations.
Mm-hmm.
It's just for the liability, right? Anything happens, that's the business that takes the fault, not my whole business. I was like, let's blame that bitch. I was like, I can close that one down. I still can't give this one run. You know, no, I don't know, man. I was like, so I just finished my my lending officer license, those courses. I'm planning to go take the test. Hopefully, if I pass it in the first time, you know, yeah. I want to be a 2-timer. But you know, I also want to do it. I have an LLC open for a logistic business.
Okay.
I haven't done shit with it, you know. So I'm thinking I'm gonna buy one of those like Sprinter vans. Just probably put someone to work that. I don't know, man. I think when I separated from Wells Fargo opened me to do a lot more things.
Yeah.
And I love lending officer, man. That shit, the math and the whole, I can, you know, rescue loans and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, the math part about it, the lending officer, fuck, that shit was my passion. You know it very well.
Yeah.
I mean, if this one would come in, hey, I can't see your loan. I was like, 10%. It worked. I told you, get the fuck out of here. I was like, yeah. That, because I mean, it's a people game, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, the more you know, the more people you meet, the more business you get, right?
For sure.
Yeah.
And I like both. Like my business, I love my business, but I also loved doing loans. Like, connecting with the customer, because you're giving an impact. This is a life-changing experience for them, right? Mm-hmm. It is something that's going to be determine how their future's going to look like.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And being that person that be able to give that to someone is totally different. Everybody thinks about it. You know, lending officer, you were. It's a numbers game, you know. You want to make your fucking bank. You want to make your bank. I get it. Everybody wants to make bank, and we all want to be in a business to make bank. Mm-hmm. But if you separate yourself from your money and actually what you're actually doing, the impact you're having for these people is it's a bigger impact than that.
Absolutely,
right?
Yeah.
And gaining that connection with those customers, right, and building the relationships and making them the life change can even bring you more money in the future because they're gonna suggest you everybody else, everybody and their mother.
Yeah,
because you connected like that.
Yeah.
And that's how you remember.
Yeah,
you will leave. I will be there till 1 a.m. at the call center. You know, taking applications because I was back to back.
Yeah.
I couldn't. There was times I wouldn't have lunch because I had so much business.
Yeah, he's very passionate about his work, and so, I mean, that's what makes him so good at what he does, and so, NG contracting. So if y'all have any questions about anything,
I'll figure it out. Google this shit out.
Yeah, make sure you hit Noel up. You have IG and Facebook for that.
Yep.
Okay.
NG Contracting 210 is my email.
Okay.
At Gmail. And then my personal phone number is just 210-275-0406.
Okay.
You know, and they can text or anything, man. I can do retaining walls, anything you need.
Okay.
I'll figure it out.
Walking
out. Let's see if they take it or not.
Well, we definitely appreciate you coming on. Good luck on all your future endeavors. Hopefully your new businesses take off as well. Yeah. Maybe we can have you on again at some point talking about those.
Yeah, I'll start flipping houses. So that's going to be my next goal.
Let's go.
Well, get all the people, dude. That's
Well, appreciate you coming on,
cool,
man.
Thanks for pulling up, brother.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Yep. Yeah. Awesome.
Give me another talk.